Okay, we are live. Let me pull up chat and make the announcements as usual. Also back up from the camera. Okay. Back at it again. Bada bing, bada boom. Let me type this out. Boop, boop, speed running. Boop, boop. Perfect. Okay. Now let's get some background music. And hopefully I won't feel as weird about it as yesterday. It really is. Okay. Sure, this works. And make sure. Yeah, I think the audio level's fine. Alright, now we wait. I feel like the camera's like, I don't know. I don't want to be like too far away. Better. Much better. Okay, let me pull up YouTube Studio too. Just so I can have that. Okay. Yep. Dang, I think this is the longest we've had with no viewers in the chat for the stream start. So I'll give it a little bit. And then, yeah. Hello, nobody. How you doing? My hair is a mess, but it's my mess. Good enough. Okay. A little later start than yesterday. But yeah, we're here. So, I'm just gonna get into it, to be completely honest. I want to make as much progress as possible. So let me get some background music for that. This works. I don't think it's too loud, so let me switch over to the view. Boop. Picking up right where we left off yesterday. Yeah. Let me zoom in, and we shall begin. So, starting off, let me make sure. I was playing around with like OBS before the stream started, so I don't think I messed anything up. Okay, so, right back where we were. We left off with the theories talking about Elizabeth's death year. So, Eliza 70s is the theory that Elizabeth died in the 70s. I don't think anyone really. Back in the day, maybe it would have been a popular theory, but the most likely candidate now is 85. So I'm just going to put that one in 50-50. Probably like there. There's good evidence for it, whereas these don't really have that. But they're not debunked. They're just very unlikely. Probably put it like underneath memory victim. Yeah, it is definitely the most likely. Alright, Eliza adopted. Again, I don't like the adoption theories. I think they're a misunderstanding of the immortal and the restless. So we are just going to throw that one. Where did I put the others? Oh, right there. Yeah. Definitely not true. Alright. Eliza favorite. This it's tricky. It's tricky. Because I don't like saying favorite. I don't think William has favorites. I think he has kids he tolerates more than the others. And I don't know if Elizabeth is that. Because in the books, he obviously, swats her away. And he tells her she isn't enough, so I agree. I think it's meh. It's the best favorite theory, but I don't think it's likely. Eliza first. It's not debunked, but it's not likely either. Eliza middle. I'm gonna be honest. I think it's Eliza youngest. I don't think she's the middle or oldest. Evidence-wise, not really anything. The movie, Abby is the youngest out of Mike, Garrett, and her. So I take that, like, birth order and apply it to the Afton children. Plus, she speaks like she's young. She's also in kindergarten in the fourth closet. So, yeah, it's pretty unlikely. Especially Eliza oldest. Youngest, I'm going to put in 50-50, though. Probably like there. Eliza Mound is the theory that she is underneath the mound in Midnight Motorist. It's not the worst explanation for the mound. It's better than data mound theory. But I don't know. I don't believe it. Not debunked, but... And it explains why she's not in the minigame. But it's not really that great. Probably there. Eliza Plush. Honestly, I would say that's as bad as Andrew Plush. Eliza post-MCI and Eliza pre-MCI. Well, I actually have a video on this. No, I think she definitely dies before the MCI. I think that's what inspires William to commit the MCI in the first place. So I'm going to put this one in 50-50. Probably... move Burn Mimic up to, like, there. And then put this one behind it. Yes. Yeah, 100% pre-MCI. That's a good question, nobody. I have no idea where everybody is. Yesterday we were popping. I don't know where everyone went. You're the only one here, so I appreciate you being here. I appreciate it. Yeah, maybe the Mimic got them all. Yeah, I'm going to put this one in very unlikely. Probably behind Dead God. I don't know. Eliza Toy Girl is the theory that Elizabeth is the toy girl from Fnaf 4. Evidence? If you notice, the toy girl has toys of the toy animatronics, but not Mangle. And of course, Mangle is in the girls' room, which is probably Elizabeth's. This might be a hot take. I do think this is supposed to be Elizabeth. They're both wearing the same colored clothes. They both have red bows. The hair, skin, and eye color is different. But if we're being honest, I think that's just a retcon. I think it's just a retcon. I don't know why Scott would retcon that, but, like, I don't know why else the Mangle toy wouldn't be here if it's not in her room. Plus, she's outside the Afton house on a playset, well, near a playset. And if it was just a random kid, I don't think that would... I mean, sure, it's possible, but I think it just makes more sense if this is Elizabeth. Oh no, Ard's here. Oh no, oh no. Hi, Ard. Yeah, I don't hate this theory. I actually kind of like it. I'm going to put it high for that reason. I think that's fair. I'm going to move this one down to like there. That is true. She does ask, why are you crying? It doesn't... It's not how a sister would speak to a brother. But again, I think the mangle toy being in Elizabeth's room is just really good evidence. Alright. Elizabeth being the vengeful spirit. First of all, unlike Cassidy, you can't argue that Elizabeth is a boy. So, that immediately debunks it. Yeah, no, this is a silly theory. Very silly. I like how they put a question mark there, too. Eliza room, I would say... It's not close to confirmed, because it's not... We don't technically know if it's her room, but there's no other Afton girl that we know of. Could be Mike's room, but, like... No. So I'm gonna say this one's technically 50-50. Yeah. No, you can't really argue it's not her room. I'm putting it higher. What am I talking about? It's Mike's room. Hey, who are we to judge? Who are we to judge? Alright, Emily's sister. This is the theory that Henry's wife is William Afton's sister. I don't know. Not debunked, but not likely either. Employee Moon is the theory that Moon is possessed by this starving employee who is trapped down in the basement. I would say this one's close to confirmed. I would say that's close to confirmed. Because, like, what's the point of telling us that there's a starving employee who's trapped down there if it's not meant to connect to the Moon costume? Really, you guys are saying no? To the Mrs. Emily one or the employee Moon? Chat's delayed, so I don't know. That's interesting. Also, let me make sure. I feel small. I hope you guys are saying no to the Mrs. Emily one. If not, we're gonna have a talk. I'm kidding, of course. Believe what you want to believe. Ennard Mangle? I've never seen that theory before. Never seen this one. Yeah, to the Emily one. Okay. Good. This one's debunked. Ennard is not Mangle. Come on. Evan Victim and Evan Bro. First off, these are immediately debunked because the method to getting the name Evan is flawed immediately. So we gotta put that one low. Yeah, plus we know what Michael's name is. It's not Evan. So I'm putting that one lower. Like there. Expanded theory. I have no idea what that is. Okay, expanded theory is the theory that the withered animatronics from Fnaf 2 were the original designs of the characters at the MCI location. However, they were much slimmer and smaller to accommodate for the size of the Endo 01s. During the process of retrofitting for the pizzeria in 1987, the suits were broken and torn by the large Endo 02s, which caused the suits to become damaged and become the withered animatronics as we know them. Then, during the creation of the location of FNAF 1, they changed the designs to the classic animatronics. It's a variation of the unwithereds theory. I mean, I don't follow. So it's saying that, yeah, isn't that just unwithereds? Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand that one, so I'm just gonna put it in very unlikely. Probably like there. Evil Henry. This is the theory that Henry is evil. He's an accomplice to William in his crimes. He helps cover up the MCI and DCI. I mean, I don't think he's evil. Obviously, he's a bad person. You know, his neglect is what causes Charlie to die in both the games and movie and books. He also takes part in helping destroy Edwin's life, which is pretty bad. Yeah, so Henry, he's like Michael. They start out pretty bad, but then as the story progresses, they evolve and become good. Obviously, and by the time of FNAF 6, he realizes his mistakes and ends it all. So yeah, I do think it's 50-50. Not in like the sense that he's evil, though. I wish this was named differently, like Accomplice Henry. I think that'd be a good one. I think he's just not... He doesn't think he has the power to stop William until FNAF 6. Fate Fiona. I've heard that one before, but I don't know exactly what it is. I know Gibby's Horror Homestead came up with it. Fate Fiona is the theory that events echo forward throughout the timeline because F10N4 is plugged into everything via Agony, the 0-point field, and her physical wires. Her subconscious desires cause things to repeat throughout the series. So it's like Memory Victim, but with Fiona? I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know about that. It's pretty silly. Pretty silly. Fazburger. So Fazburger is the theory that pretty much every location is built upon MCM, right? So 1979, it starts off MCM, it burns down, then I think Fredbear's is built on top of it, and then above that is FNAF 1, then FNAF 2, then FNAF 1 again, then above that is FNAF 6, above that is Security Breach, and that's it. Yeah, glad you guys agree. I don't like this theory at all. I think condensing the locations of FNAF into one place is stupid. I'm gonna be honest. It's not debunked. I mean, there is solid evidence for it, but I don't like it. Don't like it at all. Phaz Force canon ending is the theory that says that the Phaz Force ending in Help Wanted 2 is the canon ending. I think it's pretty clear that both endings are canon. I mean, this one I would say is confirmed because it directly sets up Ruin. Tickets, please. I thought we were looping. I don't know. Now we get tickets, please. Yeah, I would say this one's confirmed because it directly sets up Ruin. Phazent 70s and 80s. Isn't that just like... I mean, that one's kind of confirmed. Yeah, it's the theory that it was founded during the 70s. I mean, obviously, that's confirmed. We literally see Fazbear Entertainment. We worked for Fazbear Entertainment in 1979. Yeah, it's definitely confirmed. Yeah. I don't even know if that's a theory. Put this silly one in debunked. Come on. Okay. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza being established in 1979. No. That's debunked by the Help Wanted coin. Okay, now we start to move into, like, the years that games happen. Which I know is controversial. So, FFPS Fredbear's says that the FNAF 6 location is a repurposed Fredbear's, and then on the other side is that it's a repurposed Freddy's. What is going on here? Here, we'll do this one. What? Look at some goofy music. So I do think that FNAF 6 is a repurposed location. but I don't know which one. Because Ticket to Fun is very good evidence that Charlie dies at Freddy's, and I like the idea that her death place is FNAF 6. It's Fredbear's. I think I agree. I'm gonna put this in 50-50. Just because pre-Ticket to Fun and post-Ticket to Fun, I have very different ideas. And now I don't really know. Alright, now the years. FFPS 2015. I'm gonna be honest, I only believe it's in 2023. I think HRY 223 is pretty good evidence. So I'm gonna put that in close to confirmed. Just because I don't really know how you can refute that. And then I'm gonna put these in very unlikely. Not debunked, just very unlikely. Alright, next up, Fitzgerald Bonnie Bully. This is the theory that says Jeremy Fitzgerald is the Bonnie Bully. This one really became popular after Help Wanted 2. I don't believe it, because I think the Bonnie Bully is Cassie's dad, and we know from the week before that the victim of the bite of 87, who is Jeremy Fitzgerald, doesn't do anything after the bite. So, yeah, this one's very unlikely. Alright, FNAF 1 location. Yeah, I agree, nobody. FNAF 3 and 6 are definitely after 2017. Alright, FNAF 1 location 0 is the theory that the FNAF 1 location is the first Freddy's. I'm trying to think. I know this one's a popular theory, and it has been for a while. Isn't there something in the week before that, like, confirms it? Or am I just making that up? I think I'm making it up. Anyway, Into the Pit supports it, so I'm going to put this one close to confirmed. And then FNAF 2 Location 0. I know this one is pretty popular now because of the movie. But again, I don't know why we're using the movie for lore, so I'm just going to put this one in very unlikely. Like, there. There. Alright, now, oh my god, why are there so many years for FNAF 1? Who thinks it takes place in 2015? Okay, well, I think there are only, like, 2 valid answers here. 92 and 93. And I believe 93. I think the fact that in the week before, during Ralph's final shift, his final week, it's during a school week, Monday through Friday. And it's the week before, meaning that Mike's week directly follows that. And in 1993, Mike's paycheck week lines up with Monday through Friday for that year. So, yeah, I agree. I agree. Now, I'm putting all these in very unlikely. Like, who actually believes most of these? Actual NPCs. NPC, like, where does the evidence for 2003 come from? Crazy. Alright, FNAF 3. Again, like 2013? Really? No. I think it's weird to think that we only have like 3 games with confirmed years. Like FNAF 2, 4, and Secret of the Mimic. Like, that's actually crazy. Feels like we have more, but we don't. Yeah, I'm going to put this one next to FNAF 6. Wherever that is. Okay, this theory states that FNAF 3 is in October. I think what we found basically confirms that. What we found takes place during the fall, and I think that works with FNAF 3. So I'm going to put that one in close to confirmed, because it's directly stated. Okay, this is a weird one. FNAF 4 in 1983. Is it talking about the mini games or the nights? I'm gonna assume it's talking about the nights, because I don't know anyone who's putting the bite into 2023. Yeah, and it's pretty clearly 1993 plus. All right, we're done with the years for now. FNAG 4 Agony. I'm assuming they meant FNAF 4, because F is right next to G on the keyboard. Yeah, let's get the clear version of this. What the? What the? People getting freaky. Oh. Yeah, so FNAF 4 Agony states that the FNAF 4 nightmares are given to Michael by the crying child's agony, I'm pretty sure. But I do want to double check that, just in case FNAG 4 isn't a misspelling. Unless it's saying like FNAF 4 Agony, FNAF Agony, FNAGony. I guess that makes sense. Nobody, I would love to. I would love to hear a fun fact. Yeah, it's supposed to say FNAF 4 Agony. Oh, it's following the bite? Oh, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I'll put it in, like, very unlikely. I thought it was something else. Alright, FNAF Arkham. This is the one I was waiting for. It's in the thumbnail and everything. This is the theory that Five Nights at Freddy's takes place in the universe of the Batman Arkham games. This one is going at the top. Gorbachev came to power in '85, the same year the MCI happened. Why isn't that on this tier list? We gotta get that into the FNAF Wikis thing. How is Gorbachev connected to the MCI? Yeah, so this theory has a ton of evidence, right? It's basically confirmed at this point, so I'm gonna put this in Andrew Pizza tier. Ard, I know you didn't just say no. Come on, this is peak. This is peak. That's peak. Alright. Followmare. This is the theory that Nightmare follows Michael home after FNAF 1, after Michael gets, like, well, maybe not after he gets fired, but after his shifts, and then he goes through the nightmares. I would say this one's borderline confirmed. We know from the files that Nightmare is Shadow Freddy. Shadow Freddy's whole thing is following, like, follow me, so it makes sense that he would follow Michael. Plus, we know from Fazbear Frights that agony creatures can latch onto you and follow you everywhere. So, I'm going to put this one in close to confirmed, honestly. I do think that one's... yeah. Okay. Follow me pre-FNAF 1 and post-FNAF 1. I think any respectable theorist will put it after FNAF 1. Because of Molten MCI. So I'm going to put that one in very close to confirmed. Yeah. And then this one I'm going to put in, like, near debunked. I think using the game sprites as evidence is really weak. Yeah, like there, I guess. 2015. So, Follow Me 2015 relies a lot on Fazbear Frights. So, the story You're the Band takes place in 2015, and in it, the FNAF 1 animatronics are all still present at the FNAF 1 location and intact. A few things. It's a scrap story. It's a scrap story, so we shouldn't really use it for evidence. Plus, it's part of Fazbear Frights, which is actively getting retconned. Yeah. I used to put it in 1995, because that's when William gets springlocked in the books. But I've recently switched around and believe that Vanessa is in Afton. And Follow Me 2015 just makes the timeline of that work. So I'm going to put this one in 50-50. Yeah. Gonna put this one 50-50. That's all. Follow victim. I'm pretty sure this is the theory that bite victim just attaches himself to Michael. Yeah, bite victim attached his soul to Michael and is following him around. This one plays into the idea of curses. Obviously, you know, we know curses exist in FNAF thanks to Step Closer, where the Michael parallel is cursed by Foxy. This explains FNAF 4 to a degree. Plus, there's the curse of Dreadbear, and Dreadbear is obviously a Fredbear parallel. So, you know, that works. I actually like this theory a lot, so I'm going to put it, like, in 50-50. I know it's based, but, like, whatever. Yeah. Hello. Oh my god, is that the real Anim dude? Guys, Scott's in the chat. Scott, is FNAF Arkham canon? Is FNAF Arkham canon? Scott? Yeah, Vanessa A equals Afton. I don't know why they would tell us the first initial of her last name if we weren't supposed to connect it back to the Aftons. So I agree, nobody. I agree. No, it's not the real Scott. Alright, Foxy Bite. Chat, who do we think did the bite of 87? No, it's not the real Scott. It's not the real Scott. Yeah, who do we think did the real bite? I don't think it's Withered Foxy. I know Ralph in the week before says, yes, Scott, we solved the lore. It all comes back to Andrew Pizza and Bounce Pot Bite. Actually, that's the answer to my question right there. Yeah, I don't think Withered Foxy did the bite. I know Ralph says Foxy's never bit any kids, but Mangle is Foxy. Ralph calls Mangle Foxy. She is Funtime Foxy. So I'm going to put both in 50-50, just because I know a lot of people believe Withered Foxy did it. But I don't know. I'm going to get Mangle too while we're here. Mangle bite, yep. Yeah. I think Mangle did it, but I respect Withered Foxy. Actually, no, I don't. What am I talking about? The Withered animatronics weren't scrapped. The toys were. Almost fell for the propaganda. Unbelievable. Alright. Funtime AI is the theory that, I guess, the Funtime is run on AI? I don't know. It's the theory that the Funtime animatronics except Baby are controlled by AI only. No. I think there's some MCI remnant in there. I'm going to put this in very unlikely. Yeah, they're 100% possessed. 100%. Fourth Closet DCI is the theory that the kids from the fourth closet who get kidnapped by Baby are the DCI in the games. No real evidence for this. I'm going to put it with Charlie Friend's DCI. We just don't know enough about the DCI to say who they are. Foxy Duo. I've never seen that one before. I know what it's about, but I've never seen anyone... What is the evidence for this? What? Okay, this theory's garbage. I don't know what you're talking about, nobody. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, this one's terrible. Silly theory. Foxy Friend. Foxy's not a good guy. This one's basically been debunked by Scott, too. When he was making UCN and did the April Fool's joke, he used debunked theories, so this one's debunked by Scott. Franchise box is the theory that the contents of the box are the FNAF is Fnaf's story, basically. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't think the box is, what's it called? I don't think the box is literal. I know the movie has Vanessa with a box, and I think that's fine and all. But I just don't think the box is literally a thing. I think Scott told us it's the pieces put together. That's the story. So I'm putting this one in close to confirmed. Yeah, like, there. There's a box inside the box. Unbelievable. Fredbear Circus. This is the theory that Fredbear's Family Diner becomes Circus Baby's Pizza World. I don't hate this theory. I don't hate it, but I don't really like it either, so I'm just going to put it in very unlikely. Like, there, I guess. Maybe? Yeah. Freddy Bite. Nope. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Bottom. Alright. Freddy Boy versus Freddy Girl. I'm assuming this is because Freddy hides in the girl's bathroom. I don't. What are we doing, guys? What are we doing? What are we doing? Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Okay. Free Victim. I don't actually know what this one is. I've heard of it before, but I don't know what it is. It's the theory that after his death, the bite victim didn't possess anything in particular, and instead orchestrated Happiest Day. No. The week before confirms that bite victim is at least partially inside Golden Freddy. So, debunked. Yeah, it's not a bad theory, and I do think it could be possible in the movies, but I don't think it's in the games. Alright, Fright Guard Duo. This one is a weird middle ground. I don't like middle ground theories that try to please both sides. Kind of like UCN Duo. I think it's either Michael or Hudson. I don't think they're both the guard. So I'm going to put this one in very unlikely, because I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. Fright's Fiction. Fright's Fiction. Ooh, we hate Fright's Fiction. We hate Fright's Fiction. Not debunked, but it's garbage. Fright's Games. Hang on, is Stitchline Games on here? Oh, Stitchline, where are you? Where's Stitchline? Did they not include Stitchline on here? Huh. I don't know why Stitchline Games isn't on here. Okay, well, I guess Fright's Games it is. Hello, Joey. No, you're fine, you're fine. Fright's Fiction is the theory that the Fazbear Frights books are in-universe books created by Fazbear Entertainment. It's stupid. It's stupid. Yeah, it basically says none of Frights happened. It's ridiculous. Even if you don't think Frights are on the game's timeline, you have to admit there's at least parallels. Anyway, pay no attention to where I place this. Pay no attention. Alright, moving on. Yeah, moving on. Fright's Parallels. I don't like this one. I don't like this one. I don't like... I wish we knew if the Frights were canon or not. I wish they were canon. I want them to be canon. I'm putting all the Frights things in 50-50. Just because yeah. Alright, that's enough Frights. What is Molten MCI doing up here? What are you doing here, buddy? Get down there. Funtime Aftons. This is the theory that the Funtime animatronics are based on the Aftons, right? Obviously, Elizabeth and Circus Baby, they kind of look... No, they don't. Okay, it's more like a thematic thing. But Laura is very motherly, so therefore she parallels Mrs. Afton. Foxy is Michael's favorite, therefore he parallels Funtime Foxy. Elizabeth obviously possesses Baby. Pretty obvious. Crying Child is associated with Golden Freddy the most, therefore a process of elimination puts him with Funtime Freddy. It's a fine theory for sister location, but definitely starts to fall apart once you introduce Funtime Chica, although to be fair, Toy Chica is William Afton. So, not a bad theory. I like it, but I don't really think it's that likely. But I do like the idea of it. Alright, Funtime Mangle. This one's debunked. Yeah, it's debunked. We don't even need to entertain it. Don't even need to entertain it. Funtime Millie. Putting this one with Funtime Bonbon. I mean, with Millie Bonbon. Wherever it is. Funtime Victim. Bite Victim does not possess Funtime Freddy. Gabriel MM was debunked by 5 Laps at Freddy's. Pretty much any theory that isn't the runaway being an Afton was debunked. Games only. This one's debunked. We know the logbook at least can be used for the games, and games only doesn't include it. So this one's debunked. Hello, iDeck. Oh my god. Alright, now we get into Garrett theories. Garrett Puppet. This tier list was made before the movie. The second movie came out, so this one's debunked. This one's debunked. Spoilers. Alright. Garrett Charlie is also debunked because Charlie just exists. So, by extent, by process of elimination, it kind of has to be Garrett Bite Victim. So, close to confirmed. Plus, in behind-the-scenes stuff, Garrett's actor, like in a photo in the movie, I don't know if you can actually see it in the movie, he's wearing the same shirt as Bite Victim, and in behind the scenes, he carries a Fredbear plush. So Scott very clearly intended for this to be Bite Victim, just in a different universe. Yeah. Yeah. I do think Garrett is Bite Victim's close. I think Garrett is the closest candidate for Bite Victim's name, but I don't like Abby not being Elizabeth. But I get it's an anagram for baby. I don't know. I do think it's close to confirmed, but I don't like it. Alright. Glam AI. This one's pretty much confirmed. Yeah. None of the Glam Rocks are possessed. The modern story is about AI. The only thing we have that's close to, like, a ghost, maybe Glitch Trap, and then Tiger. That's literally it. Glam Edwin? Nope. 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 Glam Haunted? Maybe you could make an argument for Glam Rock Freddy, but I don't think it's a good argument. Glam Henry? Nope. Glam Mike? Nope. Although I did used to believe that. I did used to believe it could be Mike, but not anymore. Okay, Glitch Afton. I have a feeling that about half my chat does believe this one. So I gotta be nice. I gotta be nice. I think this one was debunked with Help Wanted 2. Yeah. Don't get me wrong, it's weird that Mimic would have that memories of Afton to turn him into Glitch Trap. Yeah. I get what you're saying, nobody. It is weird that he has the MCI memories, and Charlie especially. So I'll be nice to this one. I'll be nice to it. I'll put it in 50-50. Even if I personally... Actually, no. I'll put it in very unlikely. My tier list. Okay. Glitch Bear Agony. Pretty much the same as, what was it? Agony Plush? But I don't like this one in particular. Yeah, Glitch Afton is just the theory that Glitch Trap is purely William Afton. So, hey, technically, nobody, you're saying Glitch both. Therefore, I can rip Glitch Afton to shreds. So, hey, blame nobody then. We know the Mimic has to be involved in some way. Because, what's it called? Oh, what's it called? We know it has to... There's evidence, I can't think of it. I'm putting Glitch Afton in debunked. Maybe not Glitch both. But Glitch Afton we're putting in debunked. Found a loophole. Although I do see Glitch both, which we'll get to. Actually, I'm just going to do Glitch both now. There we go. Alright, Glitch Bear Afton. Glitch Bear Brooks, I'm putting in debunked. That's stupid. Glitch Bear M1, that's also stupid. Chat, who do we think Glitch Bear is from Fnaf World? They are probably the same as Yellow Eyes from... I mean, no, they're the same as the person who says, I will put you back together, probably. Maybe. Hi, Club Penguin. Charlie. Yeah. Yeah. I know why people think it's Afton. I've never liked the idea that it's Afton. I never have. Yeah, really the only person it can be is Charlie. Although Cassidy does help in the logbook. So you know what? I'm going to put these in 50-50. Because I don't have a solid answer. Honestly, in my opinion, Psychic Friend Fredbear and Glitch Bear and Yellow Eyes and Yellow Speaker, I think that's one of the things we need an answer for the most. Even like Midnight Motorist has clues. This just doesn't, and we don't get anything about it anymore, and no one really talks about it, and it sucks because I don't have an answer. Glitch Mimic. Resisting the urge to put this one in confirmed. I hope you realize, nobody, this is what you've done. I'm putting it in close to confirmed, okay? Because this is my tier list and I can do whatever I want, okay? Okay. Alright, Glitch M1. Shouldn't Glitch M2 be here? Oh, I guess that's Glitch Mimic. This... Here's a hot take. I don't hate Glitch M1 as a theory. I don't think it's true, but I don't hate it. If it turned out to be the case, I'd be alright with that. Yeah, let me make sure I'm... Alright, Glitch Both Agony. Glitch Both Agony? Is that just saying that it's M2 plus William's Agony? I would counter that by saying it's just his memories. Yeah, I like Glitch M1 as a theory, but I don't think it's true. Agreed. Very much agreed. Where did I put Glitch Both? God, we're already running into this problem. Where is Glitch Both? My god, Secret of the Mimic has the best soundtrack in the series. I was listening to Into the Pits soundtrack last night. I'm just going to throw this in the middle. I don't know where I put that. I was listening to Into the Pits soundtrack last night. It's good, but Secret of the Mimic has, like, so many bangers. It's incredible. Glitch Duo. Nope. Nope. I don't like duo theories. Unless it's Golden Duo. Alright. God, David. I don't know. I've never liked God David. I'm gonna be honest. I don't like God David. Yeah. It's the theory that the Crying Child and Gregory are recreations of David Murray, created by F10N4 and William. It has a lot of evidence, I'll admit. But yeah, why would William care about David Murray? What country? What country? That's a good-ass question. I don't... I'm from the United States of America. I live in New York. God, pushing 20 and I don't know what country I live in. Yes, I'm from New York. New York in the U.S. Jesus. Yeah, I don't like God David. I think it's very unlikely. Oh, there's glitch both. Found it. And I lost the other ones. Yeah, God David can stay there. I don't like it. God tree. What? What? It's the theory that the god of Five Nights at Freddy's is, or at least is represented by, trees. Specifically oak trees and baobabs. The god is absent and doesn't interact with the world much, mostly just watching and creating interesting stories. Oliver the Storyteller, Diacard Oliver. What? What? I get it, the tree is very present in, like, all of these. And there's that tree we were talking about the other day in the scrapped content tier list. What? Yeah, I guess, but I don't think it's God. That's crazy. Oh my god. Are you serious? That's where the name Diacard comes from? Dude, oh my god, this is... This is so stupid, it's just a tree! Screw it, I'm putting this one in Andrew Pizza tier. No, I can't. That, oh my god, that's so stupid. That's so stupid, it's a tree! Oh my god, that is awful. Okay, Golden Andrew. Oh my god. I think Golden Andrew was debunked by the fetch minigame in Into the Pit. Golden Freddy is possessed at the same time Fetch is, even though Fetch is supposed to contain most of Andrew's soul. So, I'm going to put this one in very unlikely. Not debunked technically, but not likely. My god, dude. God tree. My god. Alright. Golden Andrew Duo. Golden Andrew Duo. So it's Bite Victim, Cassidy, and Andrew are all inside Golden Freddy? That's stupid. Bye bye. Do, 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 do. Golden Attach. This is the theory that Cassidy attaches her spirit to William Afton, which ties into her being the vengeful spirit. Nah. If anything, I think Golden Freddy attaches himself to Michael and not William. So very, oh jeez, very, very, very unlikely. Golden Brooks. Michael Brooks does not exist in the games. Golden Cassidy is confirmed. I don't care what you say. Cassidy is very much in Golden Freddy. Although, is that saying that it's just Cassidy? Let me make sure I get this correct. Bye bye, bye bye, doo doo doo. Yeah, it's just saying that. Okay, confirmed. Where's Dream Theory? Dream theory is in debunked. Golden coin. Well, it can't be as stupid as Godtree, so. It's the theory that expands Andrew experiments into Andrew MCI, explaining the origin of Cassidy and Andrew, and the relationship between them, and why they're two sides of the same coin. Okay. That's not. This looks like a lot of fan fiction. I like them being narrative parallels, but I don't like them literally being parallels. Yeah, I don't know. This one's unlikely. Just it also requires like a lot of Andrew theories to be true, which we don't really know if that's the case. But I like them as thematic parallels. Andrew wants to keep Afton tormented, Cassidy wants to just move on and be done with everything. Golden Duo. This one's pretty good. 50-50. I'm going to put Shatter Victim up here too later when we get to it. Actually, Charlie should go before Elizabeth. You're going to go brush your teeth? Good luck. Good luck, Joey. Good luck. Golden Footprints. I'm assuming Shadow Footprints is on here somewhere. No? Okay. That's silly. Well, oh, Shadow MM. There it is. Yeah, we're doing every theory. Not in one stream, but yeah. Golden Footprints. If we're being honest, I believe this one. I think Golden Freddy left the footprints. Because I think it's Bite Victim possessing Golden Freddy, appearing at Michael's window. Debate me all you want, but I'm putting this in 50-50. God, this one's so quiet. Yeah, we'll skip it. Okay, this one might be too loud, so we'll just do Poisonous Kiss. Okay. Golden Fredbear, I'm putting this one in confirmed. I don't think there's a single person who will disagree. Hang on, this might be a little loud. There we go. Yeah, this one's confirmed. I can't believe Freddy Boy is an actual theory. Golden Freddy did the bite of 87. Nah. No. He got his chance to shine in the bite of 83. I'm gonna put this one with the Wizards. I know most of the I know most of these theories. I did not know Godtree. Godtree was a new one for me. Same with like I don't know. There's other ones I don't know, but Godtree. Golden Illusion. I think this one's just saying that Golden Freddy's just an illusion and not real. Debunked by the week before. Week before showed Golden Freddy as an actual suit. Okay. Golden Memory. I'm assuming this one's just saying that Golden Freddy is made up of the memories of his victims and not an actual spirit, which is stupid. Very stupid. I'm putting this one in close to debunked. Is what you think it is, nobody? Now you're scaring me. Gregbot? Gregbot. Golden Phone is the theory that Phone Guy possesses Golden Freddy. I don't like that one. I think Ralph just moves on after he dies. You know, he learns that, oops, source code. Ralph learns that his daughter is going to be safe, so he just moves on. I don't think he's possessed. Oh, Green Guy Afton? Green Afton. That one's going in S tier, believe me. I don't like this one. I don't think Ralph possesses Golden Freddy. Same with Golden Quartet. I don't think it's... That's like a sitcom lineup right there. Bite Victim, Andrew, Phone Guy, Cassidy. That's literally like... stupid. Stupid. Golden Reincarnate is the theory that Cassidy and Bite Victim are reincarnated from a physical, narrative standpoint, whatever, as Cassie and Gregory. I don't think so. Cassidy and Cassie, maybe, but Bite Victim and Gregory, I don't know. Very unlikely. Golden Share? I'm assuming it's... I don't know. Is the theory that both Cassidy and Andrew possess Golden Freddy. So instead of Golden Duo with Bite Victim and Cassidy, it's Andrew and Cassidy. No. Bite Victim's in there somehow. Golden Squad. What? Oh my god. Golden Squad is the theory that every person in the series whose death is associated with Golden Freddy, regardless of continuity, goes on to possess the animatronic. Cassidy, Bite Victim, Andrew, Ralph, Kelsey, Devin, Michael Brooks, Sammy, Emily, even though he doesn't even die, the blonde boy from the movie, Bronwyn Light, and just an unknown victim. We smell a sitcom. That's hilarious. All right, we're putting this one in Andrew Pizza tier. It's so funny. Yeah, that's insane. Yeah, that's crazy. Golden Suit DCI is the theory that William used Golden Freddy, I think. Let me double check. Yeah, I would say this one's borderline confirmed. Spring Bonnie is in the safe room and is not in FNAF 2. So I'm putting this one close to confirmed. Yeah. Golden... I thought it said triangle. Golden Tangle. No. Most of Golden Freddy's theories suck. Golden Toy Schnick. This one is different from Cassidy. I think it's... Wait, is it different? What? How is this different from Cassidy? How is this different from Cassidy? I don't know. I'm just going to put this one in unlikely. Yeah, because it's the spirit that's tormenting him, not the suit. I'm putting this in debunked. It's silly. Golden Trap. This one's the theory that after the FNAF 3 fire, William rebuilds his suit into Scrap Trap using pieces of Golden Freddy, which is then how Cassidy attaches herself to William to do UCN. Not a bad theory. If I believed Cassidy was the vengeful spirit, I probably would believe it, but I don't, so... yeah, probably there. Golden Triad. This... I'm just gonna put this one with the others. Golden Trio... no. Golden Victim is the theory that it's just Bite Victim, which... no. Nope. Golden Voicemail. Is this one that... I'm pretty sure this theory is, yeah. Oh, actually, hang on. So this one says that Ralph listens to Golden Freddy in the week before instead of Bronwyn Light. That one's interesting. I don't know where the evidence is that she was caught by Chica, not Bonnie. It's an interesting one. Yeah, that's not terrible, but I don't think it's true. Yeah, that's an interesting one. I like it. Maybe not 50-50, but pretty cool. Pretty cool. Golden Yendo is the theory that Yendo is Golden Freddy, aka Cassidy. Also, yeah, okay. I think this one's 50-50. I don't have any other explanation for Yendo, so we're going to put it there. Green Afton. This one's mostly a joke theory. I'm going to put it in debunked just because of 5 Laps at Freddy's. But yeah, I recognize that it is probably a joke theory. Greg46, I'm putting in confirmed. Fight me if you want. Say whatever you want about Tails games, but it just makes sense. Alright. Greg Afton? Nope, not even remotely possible. What? Gregbot. Gregbot. Gregbot, Gregbot, Gregbot. It has solid evidence, but I think GGY debunks it, so probably very unlikely. Yeah. Greg Emily, again, no. Just no. Where did I put... Oh, there it is. Greg46 is the theory that Gregory is patient 46 from Security Breach, and it got confirmed by this GGY story. Greg Human, I'm going to put in close to confirmed. Greg Victim, nope. Not debunked, but not likely. Oops, I should put these ones together. There we go. Alright, Hang Drew. This is the theory that Andrew was hung to death in the ball pit accidentally. I don't really like that theory. First of all, very dark. Secondly, it's not... William wouldn't have killed him then. I know Pit Bonnie does make sounds that make it sound like he's choking to death and being hung, but I don't really think it's that great of a theory. Plus, it's very dark. Probably like there. Happiest Day box is the theory that Happiest Day and its pieces are in the box. I'm going to put this one in close to confirmed. I'm going to move franchise box down to like 50-50. I do think the pieces of Happiest Day make up the box. Yeah, most of you guys don't like Hang Drew. Thank you. Happiest Shadows. What is that one? The shadow animatronics are allied with the spirits and help set up Happiest Day. No. No. Shadow Freddy's evil, so I'm gonna put this one in very unlikely. Like there. Goodbye, IDEC. Thank you for joining. Alright. Now we've got some Happiest Day theories. Post FFPS, I would say, is confirmed. Scott said that the answer to which ending in FNAF 3 is complicated, meaning they both probably happen, but at different points in the timeline. Post FNAF 3, I would say, is debunked. Yeah, Plus, Henry talks like the missing children are still there in FNAF 6. So, yeah. The most likely theory in the tier list? I mean, BV83 was confirmed by Scott himself, so... yeah. Happiest day post follow me? No, definitely not. I'll move this one up to unlikely. Post frights? There is an argument to be made for this one, because Charlie is still around, but her mask is the last to fall, so I'm going to put this one in very unlikely as well. Post help wanted 2, that's pushing it. That is very much pushing it. Post UCN, that's what I believe. Yeah, this is the one I believe. I think it's after UCN. So I'm actually gonna do this. Alright, Helpy Eclipse. I don't know. I did not spell that right. Is there even a theory for this? On how helpful is... I don't know. I don't know what this one is. Last stream was a little under 2 hours. Like, last stream was an hour and 50 minutes. Right now we're just at an hour and 11. I don't know what this theory is, so I'm just gonna put it in unlikely. Alright, Helpy Trap, Helpy Glitch Trap, is the theory that Helpy is a puppet of Glitch Trap. I would say this one was confirmed with Help Wanted 2. Only got like 40 minutes. We'll probably be done soon. We'll probably stop before the M's, before we get into the M's, just because there's a lot of them. So we'll be done within the next 40 minutes, I think, I hope. Henry convicted is the theory that Henry was convicted for the MCI. I don't hate this one. I think it's 50-50. It explains why he's absent for so long. Henry Couch... not technically debunked, but not very likely. Probably there. Henry Fritz, there's not really any evidence for this. Henry Frightguard. That's a good question, nobody. Party Hat commented on my last stream, saying they overslept. They must have overslept again. Unbelievable. Yeah, Henry Frightguard. No evidence, really. Henry Mike Dad. This one was debunked by the movie. Henry exists as his own character. Emily MM was debunked by 5 Laps at Freddy's. Henry OMC. Yesterday I was saying that if I had to believe in OMC theory, it would be Edwin. Second place is Henry. Yeah, Party Hat's just gone. M2 got him. This one is 50-50, I guess. Where did I put Edwin? Oh, I'll put it next to Edwin, I guess. Hudson Guard? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know who the Fright Guard is. Michael or Hudson? What do we think, chat? Do we think Hudson's the Fright Guard or Michael? I have a feeling you're all going to say Michael. I have a feeling. Also, yeah, I'm going to move Henry OMC down just because I just remembered FNAF World. So, yeah. Mike Guard. Yeah. Mike, yeah. Okay. I'm going to put this one in 50-50. Just because I personally go back and forth on it. Yeah, I personally go back and forth on it. But I do lean more towards Mike. So I agree with you guys. But for the sake of just being inclusive, I'm just going to put it there. Yeah, you're all saying Mike. Good on you guys. Hurricane Fnaf, confirmed by Fnaf 6. As well as the novels. Technically, the movie puts it somewhere else. So I won't say confirmed. Close to confirmed. Alright. Games fiction. This theory, I have a grudge against. This one is a very silly misunderstanding of Help Wanted. Help Wanted is not saying that the games are fake. It's not saying that the events didn't happen, right? It's saying that the games are telling the story of the events that happened. The events happened. Games are made to make light of those stories, not to say they're fake, not to say the events didn't happen, but to discredit them. They happened, but yeah. This one's silly. I'm putting it in debunked, honestly. Unless I have it just completely confused. Yeah, is the theory that FNAF Help Wanted rebooted the timeline? Yeah, inaccurate video games? No. The events all happened as we saw them. It's just Scott justifying the transition to the modern era. So this one's debunked. Fight me all you want on it, but it's debunked. Alright. Now we move on to the Help Wanted 2 protagonist. Not Cassie. Definitely not Cassie. Help Wanted 2 protagonist all. Okay, so I don't think it's this one. I don't think it's Jeremy Fitzgerald. So we can just throw that one... No, not you. We can throw that one there. I do think the Help Wanted 2 protagonist is the Bonnie Bully, because we have the Bonnie mask that he says looks familiar. I think it's Cassie's dad. I think they're dead. And I do think it's Jeremy from Help Wanted. I am going to put Bully in close to confirmed. I'm going to put Cassie's dad in 50-50 just because we don't technically know if it's him. But I think it is. They are probably dead. And Jeremy, I think they're Jeremy because of the Candy Cadet story. I think that lines up perfectly with Jeremy from Help Wanted. So I'm going to put that in there. They're absolutely the Bonnie Bully. And they are probably the rest of these three. Do you play any other games other than FNAF? Yes. Fortnite. Big Fortnite guy. Help Wanted 2 protagonist Mike. I've never seen anyone try to argue that. Help Wanted 2 protagonist Victim of 87. No. No. They can't be the victim of the bite of 87 because they don't do anything. Imaginary plush. Yes and no. Obviously, it's weird that Psychic Friend Fredbear is a flower and appears in the sewers. But it's obviously a physical thing, too. We see it in Sister Location. So I'm going to put this in 50-50. I don't know. Interactive novel games, I'm putting this in close to confirmed. I see zero reason for the interactive novels not to be canon. Yeah, zero reason for it not to be canon. I'm going to move this down because it's not technically confirmed. Yeah, 0 reason. Fredbear might be a bear. Easy there, Ard. Easy. Can't get too crazy. Alright. What year do we think Into the Pit happened? Personally, I put it in 2021. My reasoning being, the graphic novel of Into the Pit mentions the year 2020, so that immediately debunks 2018. It has to happen after 2020. 2020 or above. So immediately this is debunked. ...2021 also lines up with, like... what's it called? The Mill closed 3 years before Into the Pit. In 2018. Which I don't remember why that's evidence, so never mind. Ignore what I was saying. But I do think it's 2021. I think it's after Fnaf 6. So I'm going to put 2020 in 50-50. And then I'm going to put 2021 above it. Actually, I'm going to move these up to close to confirmed, because the graphic novel really does confirm it. 2005? No. And then 2029 and 2032 are too close to FNAF 3 and 6, so I'm just going to put these in very unlikely. Right with the rest of the years. Okay, now getting a little more general. Also, yeah, we'll stop right after Logbook Solo. More general, I do think Into the Pit takes place before FNAF 3. Reason being, Jeff's Pizza has posters and props that should be in Fazbear's Fright. Oswald also has no idea what Freddy's is, which he should know about if it's after FNAF 3 and maybe not 3, but definitely 6. Plus, if you think FNAF 6 is the FNAF 1 location, Jeff's Pizza can't exist. Because FNAF 6 burns down, and then we see it in Security Breach. Very much not Jeff's Pizza. So I think Into the Pit before 3 is very likely. Very likely. Whereas after is very unlikely. Alright, Into the Pit loop. I do not like Into the Pit loop. I think Into the Pit loop is a very silly way of trying to explain away why we've gotten so many versions of Into the Pit. It makes sense, but I don't like it. I don't like it. I think Oswald's story is good if it's just as we see it. It's not a loop. So I'm going to put this one in very unlikely. Yeah, I really don't like this theory. Into the Pit time travel? No. Debunked by the original story. When Oswald is in the past, in the original Into the Pit story, he thinks to himself, wow, I wish I had some coins to play the games. And then coins, like Faz coins, materialize in his pocket and he uses them. That confirms it's not time travel. Confirms it. Irrelevant, bro. Very unlikely. He's probably Michael. He's definitely Michael. Actually, we'll put BV Receiver above it. We'll put Eleanor above it. We'll put it there. You should give us a video on the FNAF lore with hard proof and also Mimic lore. So you're asking for a timeline? You're asking for a timeline? I do think it would be fun if, for a stream, I made the, if I made like a PowerPoint or a Google slide of my timeline. Because I can pull up my timeline for you guys. You are seeing the Bernie Bear Fnaf timeline for the first time, I think. This thing is a lot of pages. A lot of pages. 95. Almost 100 pages. So I would have to condense this a lot. I get very detailed in this. Like, Secret of the Mimic alone takes up, like, 10 pages. So... But I do think it would be fun to go through this with you guys. You can see recent changes. Vanessa is now in Afton. I changed Follow Me and Sister location. And Bite Victim is Garrett. Yeah, 95 pages. 95. That is almost 100. Almost 100. By the time we get the next big FNAF game, like Abyss, this will be 100. To be fair, the last, like, 10 pages are just, like, a timeline of the books on their own. The books are included in here, but this is just, like, an actual story timeline. I should be up to 100 pages. You're right. I'm sorry, Ard. I'm sorry. Yeah. One of these days we'll go through it, though. Not today. Tips for my script to be less robotic and more human. Read through it out loud. You know, you as a person have your own voice, right? I have my own voice. You have your own voice. If you want it to sound less robotic, read through it like you're reading it like a story. That's something I did with my timeline. Like, you'll see here. While most of them give good world building for the Mega Pizzaplex, I only go in depth for certain stories that are integral to the lore. That is very my voice, right? Like, I read that out loud, that sounds like it's me saying that. Read through your script and just be yourself. You'll find your voice. You'll find your voice. Jacko Fiona is the theory that Fiona is represented by Jacko Chica. Reason being, because Fiona created Chica, and Fiona burnt in a fire, therefore connecting the two. Not the worst theory. I would say it's unlikely, though, but still, I kind of like it. I kind of dig it. Jake Afton. I know who Jake is, but I don't really care to explain it, so I'm just going to put this in debunked. Jake Dadbro. This lines up with Jake being an Afton, so nope. Jane Couch. Jane Couch... No, I don't think Aunt Jane exists in the game universe. As cool as it would be to get more movie representation, I don't think it's likely. Plus, Aunt Jane is very mean in the movie, whereas in the games, she's like... Well, not the games, whereas the couch person in Midnight Motorist is very nice. So, yeah, it's either Mike or Mrs. Afton. Jeremy, bro? No. I mean... No. 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 No, 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 no. No. No, 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 no. Put it there. Jeremy Fritz Jr. So, this theory says that the missing children spirits Jeremy and Fritz are juniors, and that Jeremy Fitzgerald and Fritz Smith are their parents. Very unlikely. Jeremy FNAF 3 guard. Debunked. Ralph said the bite of 87 victim can't do anything. So, nope. Jeremy victim of 87, I would say that is very close to confirmed, although technically not. But still, the week before, pretty much. Yeah. Junior's Bar. Oh yeah, that's true. Another game I like other than Fortnite, Minecraft. Very big Minecraft guy. Do we know what food Freddy's served? I mean, other than, like, pizza. They probably, like... Like, pizzerias have, like, salads and stuff. I bet Freddy's served that. They probably had, like, ice cream. Obviously, they had drinks. Junior's Bar, I would say this one is close to confirmed. Yeah, close to confirmed. Probably next to Blackout, because they're the same. Junior's Fredbear's? No, I don't think so. Very unlikely, but I'll put it at the top. Oh yeah, definitely desserts too. Yeah, they definitely had like cake. Yeah, cake. Java or Bedrock? Bedrock. Bedrock. It's just easier to play than PC. Juke victim. This is a joke theory. They won't trick me. It says that... This theory says that Bite Victim possesses the neon jukebox from Fnaf 6. It's very expensive. Yeah. Black eyes, sure. Put his soul in the neon jukebox. Okay. This one's going in Andrew Pizza. Okay. Kelsey being the vengeful spirit. No, because William didn't kill Kelsey. I think Golden Freddy did. No. Well, no. Kelsey is a projection of Cassidy. But still, I wouldn't... No. No. KC Fun Times. This is the theory that the kidnapped children from the fourth closet, who we talked about earlier, it's the theory that they possess the Fun Times. I think if schedule theory is correct, which I don't think schedule theory is on here. Oh, it is. If schedule theory is correct, then this is probably true. But for now, I think it's unlikely. Yeah. Also, I'm going to move Charlie down just because it's the spirit's a male. Probably like there. KC Neighborhood Kids, I mean, there's not really evidence for that, so just very unlikely. Like, I sure, why not, but like, I don't know. Laughing Bully is the theory that the laughing kid is the same as the Freddy Bully. This one's confirmed, pretty much. They have the same clothes, same hair color, and the laughing kid teases Bite Victim like a bully. I don't know why this is a theory. Alright. Lefty DCI and Lefty MCI. Your YouTube crashed? Oh no. I don't like these theories. I'm gonna be honest. I think Lefty is literally just to contain the puppet. I don't even know, like, the context of these. Like, why would the MCI and DCI even be in Lefty? Yeah, silly theories. I'm also gonna move these up. Yeah, very silly. Oops. Yeah, Lefty DCI is mid. Same with Lefty MCI. Lewis Special Delivery. This is the theory that we play as Lewis in Special Delivery. If you didn't know, Lewis is the guy in the emails in FNAF AR who crushes on Vanessa. Also, I'm losing my voice again. I don't know. I think we just play as a random person in Special Delivery. Like ourselves. There's no real evidence for this. It's unlikely. But technically possible. It was true for Dawko. When Dawko played Special Delivery, his name's Lewis Dawkins. Granted, different spellings, but still. Okay, now the logbook. And then after that, we'll be done for today. We're getting there. like 3 more streams after this. I'll tell you what. Not 2015. Not 2015. I guess there. Not 2015. Does that say 2013? I think so. Yeah, not there. It's either 2017 or 93. But to be honest, I don't believe either of those. I think it's in 2023 with Fnaf 3. Oh, that says 2023. Okay. How much theories are on this? I have no idea. Yeah, I think the logbook is 2023 because the Fnaf 3 office is there. I think Mike is filling it out while working at Fazbear Fright. So I'm going to put it there. And I'm going to put this in 50-50. I don't know, I guess. There. Yes, Dabbing Chica confirms it's in the 2010s, at least. Yeah. Definitely above 2017. Not 1993. Where did I put the others? Yeah. Definitely not that early in the timeline. Yeah, I think there's like 600 images. Yeah. There are 623 theories in this. Yeah, crazy. Crazy. Alright. The final 4 theories for today. How are the cats? Roxy is on my brother's bed sleeping. Caroline is downstairs on the couch sleeping. Oh yeah, I got 2 cats. Roxy and Caroline. Logbook duo, I would say this one's confirmed. Unless Cassidy has schizophrenia. I don't like logbook. I don't like the logbook being meta. I think that kind of takes away a lot of my appeal from it. So very unlikely. Logbook Plex, no. No, just no. And then Logbook Solo, also no. There's clearly 2 spirits in there. Yeah. You just have one fat one. My cats are both... They're small, but they are fat. I hope they didn't hear that. Alright. That might be all for today. How long have we been going for? Hour and 37? Yeah. We did good. We made it. We did E through L. We did E through L, so not bad. Not bad at all. Not tomorrow. Next stream we'll do like M through S, maybe. That's a lot of S. Oh my god. And then we finish... Yeah, we can easily get this done in 2 streams. I don't know, I just turned my phone off. We could easily get this done in 2 streams, I think. Yeah. So here's the tier list as of now. I'm not going to zoom up further just because... Yeah. We got some more theories and confirmed, but obviously C has a lot more. Yeah. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. We made it to 6 a.m. again. Night 2 is complete. Yesterday was night 1. We made it. It's 6 a.m. Yeah. Oof. 2 streams left. Maybe 3. Probably not. Probably 2. My body's stiff now. I've been sitting for 2 hours. Longer. We did. Yes, once we do 2 more days until the party. After that, we'll be free. I was going to talk about this after we finish the tier list, but I don't have any more ideas for streams after we finish this, like tier lists wise. If you guys have any ideas for tier lists, like, please let me know. um, they can even be non-FNAF related. I would prefer if they're FNAF related, but if they're not, that's fine. I don't have any more stream ideas, and I don't have enough games on my PC to stream those. And the one I do have, Secret of the Mimic, runs terrible quality. So it would have to be like a tier list. Chat makes a timeline. What would that? I mean, yeah, we could do that. That'd be fun. Minecraft lore. I do have a Fortnite timeline, actually. I'll show you guys the Fortnite timeline. I have a Fortnite timeline. It is significantly shorter than the FNAF timeline. But something tells me most of you guys don't care about this stuff, which is fine. It's fine. Yeah, so we'll do a stream where I go through my timeline, and then one where you guys make a timeline. That could be fun. Yeah. I actually really like the presentation. A skins tier list. Dude, how many skins are there? There's over 1,000 skins. That would take longer than the timeline theory. That would take longer than the theory tier list. Maybe like seasons. The Fortnite video on my channel. No, buddy, you're actually like one of like 3 people who have ever seen that video. If you don't know, I uploaded a video where it was me talking about the music of Fortnite. I uploaded it to my TikTok, and I also uploaded it to YouTube, but it was just doing really bad on here, so I just took it off. Like, in the first, like, I think 5 hours, it had 3 views. So I just killed it. Oh yeah, Fortnite has a timeline. Oh yeah. But yeah, the Fortnite video is still on my TikTok, if you really want to watch it. I know Art has, so. But yeah. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Appreciate you all for coming out today, as always. If you have any parting words, say them now. And I will hopefully see you guys tomorrow. If not, next week. But even then, I don't know about that because it's Christmas week next week. So, we'll see. We'll see. We will finish this, though. Mark my words. Alright. Thank you guys for showing up, as always. I'm going to head out and go eat some lunch. I shall see you next time. Phantom Foxy kills everyone. On that note, we're ending. Goodbye. Goodbye.